an adaptation of a young adult romance novel. There's no way this is gonna suck. Ah! Let's get this over with. So Everything is about a girl named Maddie who has to conceal herself within her home because if she spends even the smallest time outside, she can get deathly ill when a new boy comes into the territory, and you know the formula, boy meets girl, and we have ourselves a dating movie. Now, I had no expectations going in. I think we can all agree because of films like The Fifth Wave, Allegiant, or especially the big T word, young adult adaptations have kind of been destroyed for everybody. However, Everything seems to just beat that trend by the slightest margin because even though it's not a great movie, it succeeds in a few aspects that many young adult adaptations seem to fail on. Starting out with the romance, the chemistry between these two characters of Ollie and Maddie was so great that you cared about what happened to them, you wanted them to end up together. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know these actors' names. All I know that Maddie was Rue in the Hunger Games, and Ollie was the older brother in Jurassic World. But here, their acting capabilities were able to stretch out a little bit more, because they were able to be socially awkward, they were able to be more vulnerable, and their performances were just overall more enjoyable to see on screen. And I honestly began to love every scene that both of them were in. And it's not just them. Every other actor that is in this film gives a really good performance. They're not going to be winning Oscars by any means, but this is some really good stuff. And speaking of good stuff, the film introduced certain aspects in a new way of conveying text messages. It was a surprise and something I don't think I've ever seen in cinema before, and it was very well handled. But unfortunately, the film does fall under some of the same tropes that many romance movies fall under. Some of the dialogue in this film, I'd say 75% of it, was the cheesiest, most ridiculous dialogue I think I've ever heard in my life. Imagine the dialogue between Anakin and Padme in Attack of the Clones, but just dialed down a little bit. And I cannot even stress how predictable this movie is. Right from the very beginning, you know where it's gonna go, you know where it's gonna end, and you know where all the surprises are gonna be. Also, there was a point during the second act that I don't believe was thought out or well edited whatsoever. At some point in this story, through a course of events, Maddie is far away from home, she gets very sick, and then literally the next scene she's back at home with no explanation about how she got there. I have no idea what to make of it. It just seemed very sloppy. The film overall is a bit forgettable, but as an overall dating movie, I mean, it's perfectly fine. Everything has a pretty sweet romance and a very great message about how staying inside and being on your computer all day is no replacement for meeting new people and experiencing life. So, even given the problems I have with the movie, I'll still say that everything is a casual watch. But as always, it is what you guys say that matters. So have you already seen everything, and what did you think of it? More importantly, what is your favorite romantic film? Leave a comment down below telling me your thoughts. And if you like what you've heard here and you want to see more, click right there and subscribe and become part of the fray of nerds who love cinema. You all have a fantastic day.